You're ready to hit the road, Taurus. You've had enough of the fighting and you're ready to put the past behind you. So what's next? Hey Taurus, welcome back to Distilled Tarot. My name's Shannon. I'll be guiding you through today's reading. This is a timeless reading for Taurus Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or wherever Taurus falls in your chart. Cross-watchers also welcome. My intention for this reading is to help you come into better alignment with your highest good in this moment. At the heart of your reading today, we have the Hermit reversed with the Five of Swords reversed. So you're coming out of a period of withdrawal. You're wanting to rejoin either a group that you belong to or people that you're close to or society at large. Perhaps there was a disagreement that you were avoiding, or with this Five of Swords, I see like hiding out until the argument is over so that you don't have to get involved. Or there was a fight. You said, I need some time to cool off. You took that time, and now you're feeling better and you want to readdress things now that, you're in a better headspace. Let's see. What's the challenge for Taurus? What challenge is Taurus facing? Having a fresh start. Fool energy is what you're trying to accomplish here, and it feels like you're stumbling over that desire a little bit. Like, how do I get to this point of a fresh start? If there was a disagreement between you and a loved one, the fresh start might require some making amends before everyone feels like we can leave the past in the past. Or it might require some faith on your part that you're just not willing to extend just yet. And that might be the challenge, that once you overcome that and reconcile how to have faith in this thing or this person so that you can move forward with a blank slate or a fresh start energy. Once you do that, then you'll be able to kind of move forward in the whole situation. Your focus is on the Knight of Cups in reverse. There was some sort of hollow gesture. Someone was very half-hearted in their attempts to reconcile, and that might have been you, that might have been the person that you're close to, but it was obviously not heartfelt. And I don't think the person was even trying to make it seem genuine. So in a way, they were being genuine because they didn't have they didn't have a deep desire to make amends. They weren't trying to make peace. They were trying to end the argument. And so there were some empty words spoken, like, okay, I see things your way. I'm sorry. Can we move on? And the other person was like, that's not good enough. I need you to be genuine here. I need it to come from your heart. And so whomever took the time away here, I think, was ruminating or trying to make sense of this behavior, like evaluating it, examining it. So depending on what side of that situation you were on, it's still, either way, it was your focus, and it has been leading into this reading. But you would have been trying to figure out why can't they care about me? Why can't they be like really invested in me feeling better about this situation? Or if you were the one who upset your partner, they're feeling that way and you're feeling like, why can't they see that I didn't mean anything by it? Why can't they see that I am just trying to live my life and I'm not trying to hurt them? So there's this kind of disconnect with intentions and perception. And whose responsibility is it to bridge that gap? The metaphorical gap right now is what the Fool is trying to jump over, right? Is trying to like take that next step where there's a perceived gap between you two right now, but you want to take it on faith. You want to believe that things are going to be better. You want to believe that your connection, perhaps your love, will sustain you through whatever challenge you're facing right now. But the thing is, the way that the gap is going to get bridged is through this inner work that you're both doing. In the recent past, we have 10 of Swords energy, so there could have been an argument so severe that there were threats or sincere talk about maybe this isn't working out, maybe this is the end. And maybe the word maybe wasn't even part of it. Maybe it was ended. Unlikely considering how I'm seeing this kind of moving on after a disagreement. However, the Fool energy could be reconciling oneself with the ending of whatever, this disagreement caused an ending, perhaps in a romantic relationship, perhaps in a friendship, perhaps in a familial connection, like with a cousin or a sister or a parent. And this Fool energy that needs to be overcome, that needs to be embodied in order to move forward, could be leaving the past behind and starting fresh alone, like maybe not completely alone, but without the other person who was involved in the argument. Show me the crowning energy. What's the reason this is happening? 10 of Wands in reverse. Okay. Because I read this card two different ways. When the 10 of Wands is in reverse, I'm going to pull a clarifier is what I was going to say. When the 10 of Wands is in reverse, it's either that something has been completed and you're moving forward, or that right at the moment when something was meant to be completed, it was dropped, like before it was actually enjoyed, or it's like graduating from college, and the moment you have your hands on the degree, you decide to go into a completely different field where the degree is like irrelevant. It's like the moment that something that required a lot of hard work and diligence and perseverance, just like there's no taking time to see, okay, that completed, and now I'm going to enjoy what that means and incorporate that into my plan for my future and build upon that. So let me pull a clarifier or two and see. Are we talking about... Okay, we got the 5 of Swords in reverse again. And the 10 of Wands in the upright. That's really interesting. Okay. So to clarify the 10 of Wands, we got 2 cards that are already out in the reading. We got the 5 of Swords, which is one of the cards that are at the heart of your reading today, and the 10 of Wands. So Spirit's really doubling down on just the explicit meaning of the card here. An ending. So with the Five of Swords in reverse there, this tells me that the ending incorporates the resolution or the putting behind you of an argument or a disagreement. And then the fact that we have the Ten of Wands both reversed and in the upright says it's irrelevant whether this was an ending that got to be enjoyed or incorporated, or maybe it's like both. If when I was describing those two possibilities, if you felt like they both fit your situation, Spirit could be coming through here to say this Ten of Wands and this Ten of Wands, yes, it's both at the same time. And maybe there's a split in the people involved, whether one person wants to incorporate this ending into your life and enjoy it and build upon it, and the other person is still in the process of like ruminating and processing, or not wanting the ending to take place. Show me the near future. How does this continue? We have the Emperor. Okay, so this is interesting. When I had the clarifier deck out, the Emperor was at the bottom of the deck, so that's another indication here that like it's a strong intentional message coming through from Spirit. In this instance, I feel like this is either freeing you up to receive a strong Emperor figure into your life, whether that be so that you're single when this person enters your life and ready to meet up a worthy partner, or this could be you rising up into your full expression of the masculine side of you, which is the I'm gonna go out and get it. Like whatever it is that you want in life, it's the like charge ahead and accomplish and achieve and like produce. Whatever risk that you're shy to make or like tentative about taking the next step, with this Fool energy showing up as the challenge, I'm wondering why, because we have clearly a strong like masterful energy showing up in the near future. That either means that you're fully in your Empress energy, ready to attract that partner, or that you are exemplifying this Emperor energy from within yourself. So where is this trepidation coming from? Where is the uncertainty coming from? Could be a matter of timing. Maybe you don't have faith in other people at the moment, like you have full faith in yourself, but not really to trust other people, per se. Surprise energy, we have the star card. I really like this. Now, I don't know why, but I've seen this card like a bazillion times, but right now I'm drawn to this. I think it's one of the bats that are flying, but it looks like the letter A. And I've never noticed that before, but it was somehow just like very grabbing my attention just now. And so I wanted to share with you in case, your name starts with an A, or perhaps a special person in your life will have the initial A. Okay, so the Star card has this energy of dreams, hopes, wishes, desires coming true. So this is a really cool surprise energy to show up because it means a dream is coming true, a wish is coming true, and something that's not just passing, something that's long lasting in your life because of that major arcana energy. Let's see. What is the hope and fear energy for this reading? Show me hopes and fears. What is Taurus hopeful for? And what are they concerned about? We have the Three of Wands in reverse. This is like failure to launch energy. This is, what if I plan for everything and it still doesn't happen? It doesn't play out the way that I've planned. This is when you have to rely on other people to fulfill things that you have planned. That's what you're concerned about. Okay, so I feel like this is coming together with you believe in yourself, there's been a strong ending, so you're losing faith in other people or maybe just one particular person, and your hopes and fears is coming through as, well, I'll just rely on myself from now on, but do I have to really go it alone? Can I really never trust or rely on someone to come through on their end of the bargain to fulfill their promises? Am I going to make a plan? Am I going to be in a position where I have to rely on someone else and they're going to let me down? Let's see where this ends up. Four of Pentacles. Okay, this is you holding on tightly to what you have. So it is a sense of security. It's also not really ready for growth, but that's okay. You go through stages, right? You go through progressions as you evolve and ease into the next stage of your life. This shows that you have everything that you need. Nothing more, nothing less, just exactly what you need to make it into the next phase of your life. You're set up for success. It's very stable energy. Let's see what advice we have for Taurus. How can Taurus work with these energies for their highest good? Another four. Okay, Four of Wands. If there's an event planned, this is clearly saying attend the event. Don't cancel. So if you have tickets to something or some sort of, there's some big celebratory or something you were really looking forward to type of event. If that's the case for you, Spirit's saying you should go, you should enjoy it. Perhaps because there's an important connection you're meant to make there. I think moreover, just for your own sense of following through on something you wanted to do and not letting external circumstances change your plans and influence you to miss out on something that you were looking forward to. Now, if there's no such event in your life, then this is saying make a plan for the future. Plan something that you do have to look forward to. This could be just something personal, like a music concert of an artist that you're really interested in. Find out when they're going to be in your area. Make plans to attend that, buy the tickets. This could be more goal related for whatever you have personally going on in your life. If there's some direction that you want to aim, Spirit is saying, set yourself a specific goal where you want to land. Where do you see yourself landing? And then start to flesh that out with some more details. Say, put a date on it. Like 6 months from now, give yourself a specific date and say, by such and such a date, I'm going to this and this and this and this. Like list it out, okay? And I think that incorporating some sort of celebration in the plan is very appropriate. So tell the friends that or family that you believe are really like your cheerleaders, like your inner circle, people who believe in you and want you to succeed. Because their energy is going to help fuel the fire, but it's also going to hold you accountable to achieve that goal and say, okay, here's my plan, guys. By such and such a date, I'm going to do this and that and this. And these are the conditions that we're going to celebrate. So hold the date. We're going to have a big party to celebrate this goal that I'm going to achieve in 6 months. So in whatever sense that sort of a vibe makes sense for you, I encourage you to move swiftly towards your goal. Take that leap of faith, believe in yourself, and you will find the path materializing as you move forward. Taurus, I hope this helped. Take care, and I will see you back next time. Bye.